The landscape of media has changed. At one point in time, there was nothing but newspapers. Then there was the TV news. But now, everybody's online, telling this and telling that, giving information, misinformation, misguiding people. So I guess I got to change with the time because everybody has. And welcome back to Everybody Has a
Podcast.
And we're at number 15. Basketball season started this past week. It started November 17th officially across the state of Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And I got a chance to go out to a couple games early in the week. You were busy with, your adulting and everything.
Working.
Yeah, but the highlights are on this channel on YouTube on West End Media. So after you watch this, go click on one of them and check it out. So to open up the season, I was at Brighton. Dyer County came in. And the weather was pretty comfortable outside, but when I walked into the Brighton gym, it was raining threes. And I was like, I had to shelter myself from Dyer County's attack.
First of all, okay, so was it girls and boys? Because I only saw the boys playing in Dyer County. So
are you trying to say I did not get enough girls highlights?
So was it maybe because your intro is right? Your
the intro for the season.
Your cringe intro is Brighton Dyer County.
I thought it was a great intro. We had a celebrity appearance in the intro.
But you said you're not Morgan Freeman.
Oh, so I guess it wasn't a celebrity intro?
It wasn't a celebrity intro.
But that's Caden Young. He's a point guard, so you see him bring the ball up, commanding the offense, passing it off to his senior teammate. And he's dropping off the bucket. So I thought that'd be a good way to intro it and have a little fun with it. But that's going to be for all the basketball highlights throughout the 25-26 season. But yes, the girls, I did catch some highlights. The main highlights of the girls game from Brighton that night was Dyer County hitting three-pointers. They just could not stop. And we're going to see that in a second when we're going to string together some highlights. But they could not miss. Then the boys game, Caden Young did his thing, but Dyer County came in and they had Tristan Seaborn, the big tall kid. You'll see in the highlights. The one that was dunking off the pivot and dunking it.
Yeah, he was not nice.
Oh yeah, a couple blocks.
He was good, but not nice. You know what I'm saying? The players, when he was dunking on these people.
It's coincidental that the ball is thrust in people's face from time to time.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
That's kind of like bullying. You know what I'm saying? That's so mean. It's like. Just like, ugh.
If he stays healthy, Dyer County could be a threat because they look good, good point guard play, and then they got an interior force, and he can play around the basket. And
back in my day, Dyer County was pretty good.
Yeah, they're always solid.
To play with.
Yeah, their coach does a great job with their year after year, coaching both the boys and the girls.
It's just sad their school colors is orange.
Because orange is your least favorite color?
Yes, a hideous color.
It'd be all right. Okay, but I guess the purple Tresvant made its way down to Millington the following night. We saw two new eras begin: the Renee Reed era for the Lady Trojans, and the James Sells era for the Trojans. And they both got off victorious. Not the best offensive showings, but you saw the highlights on West End Media. What was your impression of the Lady Trojans?
I mean, obviously, both teams have to warm up to their coaches because it's a new coaching staff and all that stuff. But the girls look like they're working together. They're passing the ball. They're trying to make smarter choices. And, defense, layups, and free throws is what win ball games. And most of it was them doing layups. So it's kind of like, they're doing whatever they can to win, and they're making, smarter choices.
You can force turnovers. And hey, these are easy offense. Now, as for the boys, Tayshawn Dye, who just signed, we're going to have more on that later, to Houston for track. Hit a couple big dunks early on, got the energy going. But Tresvant had a good game plan. They took advantage of an inexperienced Millington team. Inexperienced in that they don't know their coach. Like you said, both teams need more time. Coach Sells said after the game, we just need time. Once we get our timing down and I got my pieces in the right place, they just need time with me, understanding me, and you'll see things getting a lot smoother. But they put out a 39-31 win over Tresvant, and so it was...
And change is not easy.
It's not easy.
Especially as someone who, going from one teacher to another teacher, it's kind of like, I don't really like this guy. Because I'm used to this way,
Yeah.
So that's just so they probably have to get through their, their
growing pains.
Yeah, growing pains.
Yeah, you went through that transition. It was your sophomore year to your junior and senior year. But by your senior year, y'all knew band director. Things were a little smooth.
Miss Woodring was my freshman, sophomore year, and then Mr. Smith was my junior, senior year.
So whenever you bring a group together under leadership and pieces have to come together to make things work, make beautiful music, pun intended. Yeah, there's a.
It was the same thing with choir too.
So that's just being a.
That's just how it is.
That's in the world of academia.
Team, just anything that group work, teamwork, change will be hard to get used to. So.
And it can be tough on our eyes and ears as the spectator.
We still play good music.
No, I'm talking about basketball and everything. I'm talking about overall.
Okay, we still play good music, and Millington won, so they still played well enough.
But by February, it's gonna be much smoother and more beautiful.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, my words can't do it justice. Y'all want to check it out for yourselves? Check out these highlights.
Fresh new styles, Jack Blood on the beat.
A little bit, can't crave a little bit of Lady B time.
We're back and football. In our direct immediate coverage areas of West End media, we have 4 newspapers in our group: the Millington Star, the Bartlett Express, the Germantown News, and we have the Collierville Herald-Independent. So the last couple weeks we've been the Collierville Herald-Independent heading out to Collierville. Well, their season, a good season, 9-win season, has come to an end. Coach Riccone and the group suffered a 42-21 defeat to Southwind, 13-0.
14-0 now.
No, 13-0.
Is it 13?
Yeah, they hope it's 14-0. They win in the semifinals coming up this week against Ravenwood as they advance. But Collierville's season came to an end at 9-3. So great season for the Dragons.
It was the game of the year. Or of the season, I guess, of the playoffs, all the playoffs.
I would say up to
I feel like there was a few games of the year this year.
I said to the end of the third quarter, it was trending that way. Then Calvin Perkins, the senior quarterback at Southwind, I think those are all the colleges calling him to see if he wants to come. But I think he settled on Austin Peay. But if the recruiting...
He settled on Austin Peay?
Well, he wants to play quarterback at the next level. Everybody else wants him to be a receiver, a safety. He feels he can be a good quarterback. After what I watched the other night, I feel he can be a good quarterback. Mm-hmm. He throws a beautiful deep ball.
Well, see, honestly, how the game started was how I expected it to start. I was expecting Collierville to just get beat and get beat well. That's it. I was expecting them to just
well, it was looking,
take them licks.
It was looking easy for the Jaguars in the beginning. They jumped up 21-0. But then Collierville mounted a drive. They fought back by the junior quarterback Braden. He led them down the field and capped off the drive with a little short touchdown run. So it gave them a little glimmer of hope. Mm-hmm. But it's 28-7 coming out the locker room. Then Collierville gets that big stop on Southwind's first drive on the second half at 4th and 1 at midfield. that pumps some life into them. They get 2 back-to-back scoring drives. Now it's 21-28, and we feel like we got a game. Then Calvin Perkins does Calvin Perkins.
Yeah, it was just like, it was kind of like, oh, they're going to come back. We might get into overtime. And then he crushed all their dreams.
And he made it look easy.
He stumped on it.
Yeah. He
moonwalked on their dreams.
No, I wouldn't say he moonwalked because he ran forward. so.
He did a split on
his 2 touchdown runs.
Like,
his 2 touchdown runs in the fourth quarter
he
were.
turned into Michael Jackson.
Yeah, so
they installed over them crushed dreams.
He just made it look like he was a smooth criminal, I guess. He just cuts through it and he heads up the sideline, and that's ball game. He's a difference maker. That's why I think Southwind can bring back the state title, and they're our main hope in our coverage area, in our Memphis area. Martin Westview advanced, Covington advanced. They play each other this upcoming week in the semifinals, with Martin and Westview being the favorites. To see if Covington can finally solve that jinx up there against Martin, they have to go there. But in our area, Lausanne took a tough loss this past week. So West Tennessee, we're dwindled down to just a couple of teams in our area, and Southland is our best hope. But let's focus on the Dragons for a second. Mr. Autry, the running back, throws a touchdown pass to big number 99 on the tackle eligible play. Coach Riccone, they put out all the stops there to get their team a chance and give them a hope. The Dragons do have a lot coming back next year. But for this year, we got to give due to those seniors. They did an amazing job. They won their region this year. Was able to play 3 home playoff games, and that's not easy. They have a 2-1 postseason record. Not too many teams have a winning record in November, so they can hang their hats on that. And this will be remembered as a group that pushed Collierville into that next level, and this group coming underneath them is going to move it up a little bit further. But what was your lasting impression of that game?
I mean, it was a good game. It was good to see that Collierville wasn't gonna just give up and lay down and let them just walk all over them. They actually tried and they fought. You know what I'm saying? They didn't give up, and they were gonna do anything that they could in their power to come back and win. And it just sadly didn't work out that way.
Well, if you're a Collierville fan, you might want to turn away. But if you're a Southland fan and you're a fan of Mr. Perkins, you might want to enjoy reliving these highlights. So check it out. Okay, the sights and sounds. It's November and Thanksgiving week, so it's gonna be a lot of basketball tournaments. So I got my little taste of basketball last week, trying to get my timing down with the camera and everything, how I want to do the highlights and all that good stuff. But football just has that atmosphere. We both got a chance to get out there to Collierville, experience the intro yet again. The lights turn off, the flames going.
Oh my gosh! I just forgot. I forgot. The band played the national anthem this time.
Okay, so what happened the previous week and what happened?
The previous week, they had this man. I don't know who this man is. I don't know who this man is, but he was playing the electric guitar and singing the national anthem. And
it was lackluster, just to be kind.
I was about to say, I was like, what should I say?
It wasn't memorable. It wasn't
not good. I was just saying.
I wouldn't say it wasn't good because I can't play a guitar.
But I would say
memorable.
He should have did what? Jimi Hendrix, is that what his name is?
Yeah.
He should have pulled one of them and just let the guitar sing it. Because, the electric guitar is a pretty cool instrument. He didn't have to sing. He could have just played the whole time.
So to kind of save us here from getting beat up by people in the comments and anything.
I don't know who he is.
The reason
he's
why
like a big public figure of Collierville, I'm sorry.
The reason why it dropped down a few notches for us, his performance,
because the band was so
amazing.
Good.
They were so amazing.
They were so good. I'm like, why didn't the band play the first time? Because the band is good.
I don't toss this word around gently. It was flawless. It was just
amazing. The
Collierville band,
the version of the national anthem that they do is like so beautiful, and I'm like, they played it so well. It had it was like flowy, and it was just so beautiful.
It gave me goosebumps.
Like, I felt very patriotic. I was like, yeah, good old America.
Now that was definitely some amazing sounds to go along with the fireworks. The electric atmosphere as the dragons come out and they run through the smoke.
I love their intro because it's just like so like,
big game.
They're big dogs, They're just walking in. They got fans slapping everybody's hands while they walk in. There's a camera following them like it's a WWE walkout, Camera following them and then they pop off the fireworks and the smoke and the lights are down and all the flashlights are on. It's really cool. Like it's a real cool intro.
It'll be real easy to get a big head and get a big ego, but we ran into a young man right after halftime in the midst of turns out to be his final game. Cooper Sherrod, big number 71, the offensive guard on the Dragons line, who did an excellent job. When you see the highlights, you see 71. You'll see that Autry and all those guys follow his blocking on his side quite often. But in the midst, just right after halftime, he greets us and thanked us for being out there. And that was overwhelming. And then at the end of the game, he's a class act. He goes to his teammates and he's trying to keep them uplifted. In his final game, he just played his final game in high school. So it's like, wow, what was your thoughts as he thanked us and greeted us right after halftime?
I mean, I was like, he seems like a nice kid. I'm just like, that's really nice. There's all these big cameras around and news stations probably around, but I think he probably knew that we were there for them because a lot of the news stations, like we saw with Mumford and Central, like they're on Mumford's side, but when Mumford loses, who do they talk to? Central. Us on the case is like we're there for that team that we're covering. Win or lose, we're there to support them. I think that really shows when our presence is there because I feel like a lot of these big cameras and big names for news stations, they're only there for the story, for the clicks, for the views, for the I saw this game and I saw this team won and I talked to the winning team. When we talk to the losers too. We talk.
We talk to our kids. I was phrasing.
Yeah, we'll talk. We talk
win
to
or
our
lose,
kids.
we talk to
Win
our
or
kids.
lose, yeah. We don't switch up. We don't be like, ooh, let's start glazing the other team that won, because that's kind of like what
Can you explain to people what glazing is?
They know what glazing is. Like,
anybody over the age of 25 might not know what glazing is.
I don't know how to explain it other than saying glazing, because it just explains. It's self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like when you see it's bandwagon. How about that? Like, we're not gonna start bandwagon something. But glazing is really like just like kind of really like praising somebody no matter what they do. They're like amazing, fantastic, great. You know what I'm saying?
About being a fan.
You're like a fan, and like you basically kind of like they can do no wrong, and like everything about them is great. You know, that's glazing.
Well, people out there, make sure you hit that glaze button down there. Click the glaze. Oh wait, we call it the like button. Make sure you
click the glaze button.
Yeah, hit the glaze button.
Glaze
and,
us.
And if you hear people say that in the future, you heard it here first. That everybody has a. So hit the like button and all that good stuff. You're leaving a comment, right? You are coming as we get ready for our fourth segment. But check out some sights and sounds. As we wrap up this week's episode, November, the calendar says November. Man, time's flying by. Thanksgiving is coming up this week. It's early signing period, so this is where kids, girls and boys, will be securing their college future, which this week we were blessed to head out to Millington a couple times this week for the signing of Riley Washburn. She's heading to Mississippi University for Women for softball, and they have a great health science department. She wants to be a counselor, so that fits perfect into her plans. Then we had Tayshawn Dye, University of Houston, Big 12, D1. The legendary Carl Lewis is the head coach, but Coach B is going to be his jumps coach because he wants to pursue jumps and events like that. But you're under the umbrella of D. Carl Lewis. If you don't know who Carl Lewis is, look him up. Don't look up Carl Lewis in National Anthem. Just look up Carl Lewis in Olympics. And then they're awesome, phenomenal for Tayshawn. So that shows you the caliber of athletes we have. But those signings are getting more and more rare because the new culture of sports.
Transfer portal, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know how bad it was. It's so bad to a point that one of my classmates did like a speech because we had to talk about a problem, and one of the speech that they decided to do was the how bad the transfer portal is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, that's crazy. It has to be that bad.
When we talked to Coach Michaels, Millington head football coach, he talked about the percentage of drop because he went through it as a parent with his son Chase Michaels getting ready to head off in soccer. One of the best players we ever seen. Years past, he's at least going to Bethel or someplace like that, but he had to go to the JUCO down in Mississippi because of the lack of offers. His teammate in football, McCoy Pugh, quality quarterback, wanted to play the next level, but he decided to chase his dreams of flying, being a pilot, and that's why he headed out to Middle Tennessee and put his football love and passion aside. You know.
Did I'm forgetting her name, Riley Irvin?
Yeah.
Did she sign?
No, she was academics the
Because she
whole.
also went to MTSU.
Yeah, but she's just academics the whole way. So and it's happening now with the girls and things with NILs and things like that. College coaches with the new rules are recruiting the portal and JUCOs. So a kid, when they sign a JUCO, like Lainey Howell signed with Chattanooga State from TRA. That's JUCO, one high level JUCO. Now she will get looks from, she's right down the street from Tennessee in Knoxville. She'll get looks from them on that level when she's 19, 20 years old, more mature, and then they can see how committed she is to the game, which I can get why college coaches are smart for doing that. I can't blame them for the new method they have to use. It's smarter and it's better.
I feel bad for those JUCO coaches though, because like they kind of like help those kids grow into men and women, and then these D1s
but they always been that way.
Just like take them out.
But they always been that way. It's a 2-year institution, so they kind of know what they're getting into.
Yeah, it is 2 years.
You feel sorry for the high school kid, and you feel sorry for the NAIA schools, because like a kid would go sign at a Bethel, maybe sign at like a Union, as an audition for the D1 level. Hey, see how I'm doing against grown people? Now come get me. So that's how it's kind of turned into. But I hate the fact that now the high school level is coming more and more rare. So when we had these signing days, these kids, 2 things they did. They put in the work to get recruited, and they're that good. So
I mean, to win a decathlon.
Oh yeah, when we're going back to Mr. Dye, state decathlon champion, 4-time state champion in relays and events like that. So he's a total well-rounded athlete. He could be a sprinter, but we see how he jumps on the basketball court. I think he's pursuing the right thing. So that that, you know, we're gonna start that season of signings. I think we're gonna have a few more phone calls coming down the line from Brighton and places like that. So the class of 26 is starting to, you know, pave their way in the future and everything. But I guess the overall thing is that signing days are more and more special. They're not just a dime a dozen like they might have been in the past. So to close out, we're gonna check out some words from our two signees, and we'll follow it up with Liyah Lance. And you want to get any closing thoughts?
Not really. Just make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
Are you gonna try to get to the Tiger game this week on Thanksgiving?
I want to, but we'll see what happens.
Well, I'll be somewhere laying on a couch in a turkey coma, and we'll catch you next week if I'm back.
Happy holidays.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, I know you can talk.
I really want to thank my family and all my friends and teammates who have helped me get to this point. I'm really grateful to all of y'all. So grateful. And for my parents for getting me everywhere and paying for everything, which is so expensive. Like, all of the sacrifices we made, it just feels so worth it now. And all of my coaches who've gotten me to this point, I'm very grateful for all of y'all. Especially my team who made the past 3 years so enjoyable for me. I can't wait for this season and see what we do.
I just want to thank my family. I want to thank my coaches, and I also want to thank my friends for coming here to support me today. Thank you.
Without further ado, we'll go ahead and sign on the dotted line.